right, so let's take a look at this clip from Charlie Kirk talking about why he believes that we should build the wall. And just as a preface, his arguments are very bad, not very good, and so we'll just kind of jump right into it.
Fairness. As Candace said, it is not fair to the people in Bolivia, it's not fair to the people in Bangladesh, and it's not fair to the people in Belarus that had to wait in line, fill out an application form, not commit a crime, and then wait a decade to come into this country to maybe have a chance to become an American. It is not fair to them. Number three is
It blows my mind, the idea that someone who did absolutely nothing to live here could make this argument of, oh, it's just not fair. If these people, come here, someone could walk 100 miles and come here, but if they don't follow the exact process that Charlie Kirk deems legitimate, well, then it's not fair, even though he did nothing. Now, I'm not excluding myself from this. I also did nothing, but I also don't walk around saying that it's not fair when someone who exerts far more effort for something that I enjoy every day. I don't say that it's not fair that they get to also enjoy the, living here. And I also don't, I think that our immigration system has a ton of problems. I don't like that people have to wait, 10 years to try and come here, that they have to, pay a lot of money. But to say that it's not fair when you yourself haven't done anything and you get to enjoy what they are trying to achieve, I think is just ridiculous.
Why do walls matter? Why do borders matter? Borders are a physical representation of when good ideas begin and bad ideas start. If you don't believe me, just ask East and West Germany, all right, North or South Korea. If you believe in open borders, you do not believe in the physical delineation of where good ideas start and bad ideas start.
We have, there's a couple of things there. The first is that I don't think that Charlie Kirk supports a wall on our northern border. Now, I could be wrong on that, but I don't, and I would also imagine that he has a ton of disagreements with how Canada is run, but he doesn't seem to support a physical representation of where our good ideas start and their bad ideas begin. He doesn't seem to be calling for that there. So we'll keep going though.
The wall right now is not only important for facts, not only important the facts I mentioned, the fairness, but also the sovereignty. We are not Mexico. We have a unique culture. We have a unique identity. The Mexican culture is something that should be
this idea that that there's no sovereignty. America, I forget how many years, but when America, there was a period in this country where we had essentially open borders. Yeah, we were still a country. We still existed. Our state system right now operates on basically an open border system. It's basically open borders. Yet, Mississippi is still different than Washington. They still maintain their uniqueness to them. They're people can travel freely, but they're still separate entities. And so this idea that if, we had now, honestly, nobody really is arguing for a completely open border system. I think I'm in favor of, a lot more immigration than we're currently doing. But, I still support, people, coming through, they get, some sort of checkpoint, they get the documentation that they need. I think our system should be a lot easier than it currently is. But even if we did have this, 100 years down the line, some sort of open border system, that doesn't mean that the countries would cease to exist. It's just not true.
She had understood, but our culture is much different and has outpaced them over the last 50 years. And to say that we should have open borders and we should have some sort of transferable citizenship cheapens the idea of the American identity and culture to the people that have waited in line and the tens of millions of immigrants that had to fly halfway across the world to come into this country. So those are the three reasons I would give to.
So, those are just not good arguments, in my opinion. Those were, pretty bad ones. I think that the fairness one just gets to me so much, this idea that it's not fair when, he hasn't done anything. He didn't do anything to live here, but you're going to make this argument. And, the idea of maintaining some sort of sovereignty, he makes this culture argument, this vague gesture to culture. I'd be very interested to hear, no one ever wants to go they can't go 2 levels deeper when they say that. They just want to make this gesture to culture, but they never actually can describe what it is they're talking about, why that will go away, why any of this will happen. Because, actually, if he would say something like, oh, hard work, that's something I would do. If you ask me, it takes a lot of hard work to travel to another country. That, it seems that the people would be showing a lot of hard work to do that. If we want to talk about the ideals of America, part of the American dream is the ability to come here and pursue a better life for yourself. But it's just not good. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you disagree with anything I said, or if you feel like I got anything wrong, please leave a comment down below. But if you did enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and have a great day.